Felipe again, once more here with Dania. We're gonna continue playing with De La Riva, and for the following classes we're gonna play more towards berimbolo. So we're going to do the solo drills in the beginning, focus on the mobility that is required for us to perform the berimbolo, and we're gonna have some drills just remembering the positions we saw on the last classes. Okay, let's start already. Come on, nice to see you as usual. Moving the head sideways, up and down. Circling the head, people. Both sides. Arm. The other arm. And hip. Both sides, everyone. All right, dropping on the floor and bridging, sometimes inside, and keep escaping people, sometimes inside. All right, rolling back and forth over the shoulder. 5 times each side, everyone. Rolling sideways as we've been doing as well, over the shoulder. Try not to use your feet, okay, people? Just the shoulder movement. 5 times each side, back and forth. We're gonna go now on our knees. What I'm going to do here, everyone, is I'm gonna drop here my right shoulder on the floor. I'm gonna bring my head inside and I'm gonna roll over my shoulder until I reach the left shoulder, and I'm gonna be back on my knee again, same position, right? I'm gonna show this super slowly so you guys can understand. I'm gonna drop the left shoulder, head inside. I'm gonna lift my hip. I'm gonna roll, move over my shoulder until I reach the right shoulder, and I'm back on my knees. Okay, so you can go back and forth here, everyone, in a small pace exercise that means here, dropping the right shoulder, lifting the hip, head in. I'm gonna walk until I reach the other shoulder, and I'm back on my knees. If you guys are already getting comfortable with this, we can go in one motion, going from one shoulder to the other shoulder, back and forth, just to get this mobility, okay? 5 times each side, everyone. Just first understanding the movement. If you guys are having trouble, slowly, then as you pick up, a little bit faster. All right, and last but not least, people, we're gonna combine a few of the exercises that we've been doing. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm gonna roll over my shoulder. As I roll over my shoulder, you guys are gonna see that I'm gonna start dropping my hip. As I bring my hip back, and realize, people, I'm not using my feet, okay? Head in, I'm gonna roll over my shoulder until I reach the other shoulder, and I'm gonna drop my hip again. Realize, people, I'm not using my feet. My feet are dead here on the floor. It's just my core, hip, and shoulder. So head in, hip comes up, I'm over my right shoulder. I'm gonna go to my left shoulder, drop my hip, and do the same thing to the other side. Hip up, head inside, go to the other shoulder, drop my hip. Okay, so from one side to the other side. I'm gonna show in front of you how this works. So first I'm gonna roll back, my hip all the way down. I bring my hip up, switch shoulders, hip down. Hip up, switch shoulders, hip down. Okay? Getting this control of the hip is very important. Okay, people, again, take your time. Try not to use the feet, okay? And 5 times each side as well. Just moving a lot of core strength, a lot of hip, a lot of shoulder. And then we're gonna start with the partner drill. Let's go, people. Okay, people, a sweep that we saw on the past classes in which Danya is trying to push my leg. So I get a control of her sleeve here. I'm going to elevate my hip, push my leg through until I can hook the other leg. From here, as I drop my back on the floor, I'm going to extend her arm to pull her arm to me, pull her foot, and extend my leg, making Danya fall. I'm gonna bring myself up just for the sake of the exercise. I'm not gonna put pressure, so I can let Danya get her guard, and she's doing the same to me. So she has the De La Riva, she controls my sleeve, she's gonna elevate her hip, she's gonna bring her leg all the way through the other side. Once she brings her back flat on the floor, she's pulling my foot, my sleeve, extending her leg, bringing me down, and we're going to just be switching sweeps with each other. Okay, so I set the De La Riva, I control her sleeve, I'm gonna go over my shoulder, push my leg through. Once I come back, I'm already pulling the sleeve, pulling her foot that I have controlled, and I'm going to extend the leg that I have between her legs. As she falls, I'm gonna bring myself up, and she's doing the same thing to me. Okay, so from here, everyone, we've been doing this this position since the last week. If you guys require more details, just check out the classes that we saw last week, in which I explained this position with a little bit more details. But I just want to see you guys working with each other, switching positions, just to get this, how can I say, this flow with the sweep, alright? Doesn't have to be fast. As you guys start understanding this a little bit better, then you guys can speed up a little bit and work with each other in a faster way, okay? 3 minutes, switching sides, just to warm up, alright? Let's see another one, people. Okay, everyone, the other position that we're gonna work is also a position that we saw last week, alright, in which we're just gonna have this movement here with each other, in which I'm gonna be here with Danya, just like before. I'm gonna go over my shoulder, push my leg through until I reach the other side of her leg, and as this happens, I'm going to extend my leg, making her back turn to me. From here, I either control the skirt or the belt. I'm gonna hook her leg with the other foot, square the hip. I bring her hip down, extend my legs, sitting up, getting the back, and we're gonna be playing like this. Then it's gonna turn her shoulders to the floor. She's gonna bring herself up in the guard. She stands up, and now we're back into the De La Riva. Alright, I'm going to do the same here, everyone. I'm gonna go over my shoulder as I extend my leg. I'm already turning her hip. From here, people, I have no belt, but I can grab her skirt, my foot behind the knee, the other foot. I'm gonna square the hips. I bring Danya down, extend my legs. First, the seat belt, get my hooks inside. She's gonna bring her shoulder on the floor, turn towards me, stand up, and we're gonna be in the same scenario that we were before. Okay, so just getting this exercise done. First, I bring my leg through. Once my leg is through, I extend my leg, control the skirt, hook her leg, square the hips, pull the hip, extend the leg, already controlling her, put my hooks in, she escapes, that's because I'm letting her, she comes up, stands up, and we're just going to be doing this movement with each other. Okay, try to switch sides, everyone, okay, so you guys can practice both sides. This is also a position that I showed last week, so check out the class that we saw last week, okay? I'm pretty sure the name of this position is Kiss of the Dragon. You know, guys, that I'm terrible with names, but this one, I think I'm okay. So check this out. And 3 minutes, one of you doing the sweep, the other one escaping the back and coming up. Then you guys switch. Whoever's on the bottom get on top and do 3 minutes again. Okay? Now let's see today's position, people. Okay, everyone, so we're gonna be working with the La Riva as we've been working for the past weeks. And today we're gonna work with a different grip. I wanna get her collar. Okay, this is not so easy to get, especially if I stay here, because normally Dania is gonna be working on my leg. The sleeve is kind of easy to get. I can get a good control of the sleeve. If I want, I can switch here, but this is risky. Okay, probably if I let go of the sleeve, she's gonna bring herself up. So the way that I like to work here the most, if I have no grips, I don't like the fact that Dania can push my leg easily. So one thing that I do here a lot, come back, is to just hook. Okay, so this makes it a little bit harder for Dania to push, to move back. I'm gonna be safe here. At the moment that I wanna get the control of her collar, what I'm going to do is this movement that we saw before, in which I kick her knee and sit up, getting the control of her collar, okay? Now that I have this grip, people, pay attention, keeping her head low. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna go back over my back, using my leg and my grips to bring Dania on top of me. Here, boom, already bringing her up, okay? From here, guys, you can see that I have full control over Dania, and now I can choose. The easiest option is to push Dania over her hip. She falls, I'm gonna bring myself up. Sometimes I'm gonna be lucky and end up on the mount. Probably Dania's not gonna allow this to happen. She's gonna try to bring this knee through, so I cannot mount. Either way, this is not bad. Okay, if I have her knee in the middle, I'm just going to push her knee so she cannot turn to me. And here, people, this movement that we've been doing since last week, cross face, I push her knee down and I move to the side control. And we're good to go, okay? This back and forth is very important, okay, everyone? So, one more time. So I'm here, first of all, I like to keep this foot that I was supposed to have here, I like to keep behind her thigh if I have no grips, because it makes it harder for Dania to move around, to push my leg. As I want to get the control, I'm gonna let go of the hook, kick Dania away, and sit up at the same time. Boom. Getting the control off the collar. Realize, people, my arm doesn't stay extended. Otherwise, she breaks this easily, okay? I want to make sure that I keep my elbow close to the hip. Then it's gonna have a really hard time getting this control. As I bring myself back, I'm gonna bring Dania back with me, lifting her hip, and here I'm gonna push her over the hip, bring myself up. Probably she's gonna be trying to push this knee through. Very important, people, that you keep her knee pointing to the other side, or your opponent's knee, of course. Okay? Get the control of the head, push the knee, move to the other side, and I'm already on side control. So, people, sometimes you guys are gonna be using this back and forth motion to roll your opponent to the back, but a lot of the times you're gonna be dealing with your opponent posting. So if this happens, everyone, I'm just gonna show real quick. So I started with the hook, I kicked Dania away, I brought her back. If she pulls and I'm trying to roll her back, I'm gonna let go of the foot, control the arm, roll over my shoulder, and I'm gonna end up on the mount, okay? This is also valid. I just think that this variation is a bit more complicated. I like the other one better, okay? The good thing about this variation is that you are gonna have an easier time getting them out, but still, I prefer to secure the sweep and then get the control. And the last thing I want to talk about is if you can't bring your opponent back. So I'm here with Dania, I was hooking, I came up, have the control, Dania postured up, okay? People, just like we did before. If I cannot bring Dania back to me, or if she breaks the grip, I'm gonna switch to the single leg that we've seen before, getting the sweep, and I'm gonna be on the top position again, okay? Every time your opponent leans back like this, you can simply switch to the single leg that we saw 2 weeks ago. Is also gonna work. All right, so people, let's try to analyze those situations, working with each other, and then no time limit here, just trying to understand the steps and then you guys can speed up, switching with each other to see how the position works for you. Alright? Let's train a little bit, people. Okay, people, as we've been doing, we're starting from De La Riva. I'm trying to pass Daniel's guard, but not 100% because I want Daniel to work a little bit here. So I'm gonna start creating some resistance, playing here, trying to push the leg, trying to get the control. Daniel's getting the control from the collar. She got the sweep, good for her. Back from the beginning. And we're gonna keep working, okay? If I pass our guard, back from the beginning, and we keep working. 3 minutes, one of you on top, then you guys switch, and then you add as many rolls to it. Suggest you guys to start from De La Riva. We've seen a lot of stuff from there. It's important, guys, practice a little bit from there. Okay? See you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone.